we're going to start your weekend right here on Crafters TV. It's going to be me. I'm going to be hosting because Ben's on holiday again. And we've got loads of things for you. We've got some fantastic live price drops. We've got lots of fun. We have got the lovely Craig Laird in the house. Did you like my Scottish accent? I like that. We've got some games as well, and there's your chance to win some fantastic points. We've also got loads of other things to see. So this is welcome to Friday Night Live. The audience are very quiet today. They've all got sore throats. That's what the problem is. Hello, everybody.
Who are you?
Craig doesn't have a sore throat, thank goodness, because otherwise it'd be a very quiet show with just me. Welcome, everybody. I hope you've had a fantastic Friday. I hope you enjoyed the craft along earlier on today. You've got me and Craig live at 5 for the next couple of hours, and we have got some absolutely stonking deals for you. Now, I want to say a few hellos, but also I want to point out that tomorrow is National Gratitude Day. And we were talking on Monday about gratitude and the things that you're thankful for. Now, we all have to give a round of applause and a thank you to Nicola, because Nicola was very busy during the break and she wrote everyone a poem. Well done, Nicola. I'm going to say a few hellos first, and then I'm going to get into the poem because it is a beautiful poem, and I want to say hello to everyone so they can settle down and really enjoy the poetry writings of Nicola Scott. And the first hello is from Shannon, who's saying, happy Friday, everyone. Lois is here saying, hello, everyone, from Ohio. Katie says, I'm looking forward to this. I've not been able to watch live for ages due to work. Ugh. Good evening, everybody. Puff, well, we don't feel like that about work, because our work is like, hey! But everyone else's work's like, ooh. It feels like I'm at the fireworks, you know, when you go, woo, ah, like that. Paul is saying hello from South Texas. Carol is here saying good morning. And Mary Beth is here saying hi, everyone, again from Minnesota. And Rebecca Dancer says hello, everyone, from a sunny Buckinghamshire. Lynn Morton's here saying good afternoon, Becky Craig and the CTV community and all the team from Newcastle. Hello to you all. Look, I can't put it off any longer. I have to invite him over. Craig Laird, come and see me over here.
Hey, we just stand.
But well, on that side where it says your name.
Oh, where it says my name, right there.
Makes it nice and easy. I've lost my name because I've been doing a little bit of tap dancing. Yes, you do at the weekend. Looking forward to the show today?
I am, of course I am. I'm always looking forward to our shows, but certainly Friday Night Live. Oh, with yourself, Queen Becky.
No sparkles.
No sparkles?
Apart from the sparkles on your watch.
Oh, of course, on the watch.
I think actually your watch trumps any kind of sparkle that I could possibly wear.
I completely agree, completely agree. No doubt you will see that in the overhead as the couple of hours goes on.
Absolutely. As I said, Nicola wrote this poem.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Right, okay, I'm just going to find it now. Okay, so it's a poem on gratitude.
Okay.
And I'm going to say it in my therapist voice.
Okay.
Because I am a massage therapist.
Are you?
Yeah. Honestly, truthfully, I know often I sort of say silly things and people go,
I'm lying on that desk later on.
Right, the poem, a heart full of gratitude. In quiet moments, still and calm, I hear life's gentle, soothing psalm, a whispered thanks in every breeze, a sense of peace among the trees. For every morning's soft, warm light that banishes the chill of night, for open skies and stars that gleam, for every breath and every dream. I thank the hands that lift me up, the friends who stand when shadows sigh, for love that blooms in the darkest days and kindness found in simple ways. Gratitude, a golden thread through every moment softly spread, a quiet joy. Oh, okay, I thought you just wandered off. Not interested. A quiet joy, a sacred grace that fills my heart and lights my face. So let me live with open eyes to see the gifts that life supplies. In every tear, in every smile, I find a reason all the while. For in each second, fleeting true, there's something wondrous, something new. And as I walk this winding road, I'll carry thanks, a lighter load. It's beautiful, isn't it? Well done, Nicola. Well done. Woohoo! I hope that's made you feel gratitude. Message in, let us know what you're grateful for. Maybe, is there somebody that you want to say thanks to and you'd like us to give them a shout out? And then you can record it or get them to watch it later on. Yeah, let us know, let us know. all right?
That was good. That was good.
It's all right.
That's
It's all right. Yeah. Get yourself going. Right,
Oh.
right. No, we're grateful for the day.
We are
We're grateful for the great tools we've got on the show.
We're grateful for the music,
the songs I'm singing. I think that's thank you for the music.
I think it is,
But
yeah.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all about gratitude. Now you're going to be really grateful for this deal that we've got on the Gemini 2. We've got a fantastic deal on here. This was a kind of deal that we had. Was it yesterday? And they've forgotten that we've got it. So we're just going to keep going with this deal. So this is on the Gemini 2, the machine that everyone wants. If you haven't already got it, you can see us using it throughout the show today. This is our latest Gemini machine. It's an electronic machine. It's quieter, it's more refined, and it's going to create some fantastic die cuts for you. You might just be able to see. You can see the other figures. Though, to be honest, you can see. We can fix it in a minute. £169.99 or $249.99. But if you're platinum, it's reduced down to $135.99 or $199.99. That is a stonkingly good deal. And we're just going to keep quiet about it because at some point, someone in authority is going to go, oh, hold on a minute. That's not right. That was only supposed to be temporary. Do take advantage of our error. That's what we have to do. Right, we've got a couple more hellos to say here. I have got, Crafty Not Grafting by Hilary says, this time next week, I'll be retired.
Oi!
Congratulations, congratulations. Lois says, I'm crying. Oh my, like Craig was. Rebecca says, what an emotional poem. Lynn Morton says, amazing gratitude to Nicola for a beautiful poem and all the work she does with the team. Absolutely, Nicola was helping me lots earlier today because I was finding things a little bit tricky earlier on, and I'm not going to tell you what I was actually finding tricky because it's quite embarrassing. She was, Nicola, everyone here is a great star, but Nicola, writing that wonderful poem, thank you very much. We're very grateful. Thank you. Right, the first item we're going to be looking at on today's show, because we've got so many items here, are the Patchwork Creator Cards. Now, I saw them briefly when I was in on Monday, but I didn't actually see them in their full form, I suppose, for want of a better term. But I really, really like these. Obviously, patchwork dies are going to be something that I like because I'm a soft crafter. But I just think there's something about these that looks really, really cool. This first one is upside down. For me. This one is your Sweet Honeycomb. It does look a little bit like the wallpaper in The Shining, or is it a carpet? Carpet, yeah, you're right. I really like that one. I think, Craig, I'm sure I saw you doing a demo with that one.
I did indeed.
You did, yeah. When I was watching from home. This next one, again, is upside down. Some of them are upside down. This one's great. This is your geometric. I really like the feel of that. If anyone's got a, what's a handbag that looks like that? Come to me in a minute. Famous handbag, can't remember, it's a puzzle bag, the Loewe puzzle bag, that's what that looks like. Very nice. The next one we've got is your Morning Sunrise. That is lovely, isn't it? That is a really nice image that you've got there, and a little die to cut out a sentiment down there. This next one is your Rays of Light. There's a song in that.
There is indeed.
This next one here is your Shining Star. And then finally, we have Warm Sunbeam. These are beautiful dies. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Craig is going to be doing with these. The price for this is £70 or $80. Platinum price is £56 or $64. Craig, have you got some samples over there?
I do. So what I've actually got is what we demoed in launch day on Tuesday. So you can go back and see how I actually made every one of these that I'm away to show you right now. And then we are going to do a demo. What we're going to do is we're going to do a demo with the one I didn't have time to do. So between Tuesday and this show here, we'll have done all of them.
Brilliant.
So these ones, it's all about layering. It's all about that patchwork forum. Now, it's slightly different within paper piecing. Yes, you're doing the same, Becky, but because you've got that ability to cut in, cut out with the individual components, you're patching them back into place.
Okay.
You can lift them up on foam pads or glue gel. You can keep them flat. You don't have to use each layer if you don't want to, but it's giving you that patchwork effect. That one is going in with the colour blooms. So the top patch die cut, that one I've just done in white cardstock.
Yep.
That one, yes, it was white cardstock, but I used our colour bloom, done an inky background, and then we die cut that one. Then we're going to go into the rays. Now that one there, what we done, can you see that sheen and that shine away in the back there? That is triple embossing. So each one in the backdrop, I've done triple embossing. So on Tuesday's show, I showed you how to do it on one of the rays, because it would have been time consuming to do it on all 7. But then I showed you how you can do triple embossing and colour coordinated it. That one there with the honeycomb or the hexagon, we've done a little bit of a diorama card. Into the background here, Becky, some of them are on 1 foam pad, some of them are on 2 foam pads, some of them haven't even been patched in. So it gives you versatility. That one we just snuck in right at the very, very end, where we've gone in with our alphabets and we've just done star, because we've done the star in the middle there and then created that bit of a shaker. So those are what we've done within launch day. But then further on in launch party on Tuesday night, we done a demonstration with Sheena's lino stamps. But notice, way in the background there, what I actually done is I used that die cut it in white card and used it as a stencil away in the background. So you're able to use them in all of these different ways by patching them back into position, but it's entirely up to you whether you want to then layer them up, maybe you want to layer them flat. You can then do your innerpage, you can do shakers, you can do stencil work. These are all cards, but what about a box, Becky? And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So I've got some bright mint card. This is from our Cosmic collection. And I chopped that to 9 by 8 and I scored at 1.5 inches all the way round. So it's 9 by 8 and I scored at 1.5 inches all the way round on the box lid side of our scoreboard.
Okay.
So we're going to go in and then I'm just going to fold and burnish these. On Tuesday's show, and you'll still find them on the website, we had our textured embossing folders. So you'll see in a moment, not only are we going to use the texture embossing folders for the panels around the side, but the top layer of the die cut from the patchwork, we are also going to then emboss. So what I'm doing here is just created my lid. I'm going to create these tabs. I've already done the base. So we're going to then chop the little tabs out here, like so.
With that being a box, does it have to be a certain weight of card?
So with a box, you're forming that as construction. So me personally, I would not go any lower than 250 GSM. If you are going to go slightly lower, Becky, what I would recommend, make sure you're doing mats and layers, just to strengthen it slightly. Anything, when it comes to box making, when it comes to construction, I will always try, Becky, and go for I'll always go for around about a 300 GSM.
Oh, okay.
It's just personal preference. But then when it comes to the strips, so I've just created white, silver, matte and layer strips, and then I ran them through my texture embossing folder. So this one, I used the cable knit from the texture embossing folder.
Oh, I like that.
It's really, really nice. I've not done any inking whatsoever. I've kept it as it is when it comes to that pure white. And the reason I'm showing you matting and layer these together is because we're going to be using the folder to matte and layer, or we're going to be using the folder to emboss the die cuts that come out from the patchwork die.
Okay.
So I'm going to layer these together, and the cardstock that I used was within the bundle, still available on the website from the patchwork dies. So we're going in, I think it was a combination of things such as, actually I think I wrote it down. Yes, I did. So your purple and that fuchsia colour is from our fabulous fuchsia and the hydrangea.
Okay.
So purple card that I've used is from the hydrangea, and then that fuchsia colour is from the fuchsia collection.
Nice. I like those. I suppose they're not complementary colours, what's the opposite?
Opposite colours.
Yeah, there's another word for it. Not opposite colours. But, you know, having the pinks versus the greens.
Yes.
You know, they are contrasting colours.
Contrasting, yeah. And it all works because of the design of the die that we're away to use. So let's take the die and we're going in with the one that I've not used, the geometric effect here.
Or Loewe handbag.
Or the handbag, yeah. Now, what I'm away to do here, I'm putting it onto my box lid, but it could easily fit on a 5x7 card.
Okay.
So if you're like thinking, oh, I like that idea, Craig, but I don't want to do it on a box, you can absolutely do it onto your card. So I'm going to take these. Now, what I was showing on Tuesday, and I'm going to show you again, because some of these dies have got these individual components, what I'm going to do is let's take that top layer off. And
so they're all on individual layers of acetate?
They are, yeah.
Because otherwise it could be quite complicated, couldn't it, trying to work out where everything goes?
Trying to work it out. So there's a reason as well why I am specifically popping this one back in a neat position. Now, if you see in Tuesday's show, you'll know where I'm going with this. If not, then hopefully this will help. So let's go in with some cardstock. So we're going in with some white card, which I cut to 5 3/4 by 4 3/4. I'm then going to go in with another bit of that mint from the Cosmic collection. So that's going to give me just a small, tiny white matting layer. So that we can then add and layer together. So let's work our way and position that one into place. And also the reason for adding that white, Becky, is to break it up from the background. Otherwise, it'll be colour on colour.
Yep.
So let's go in with the fuchsia from our fabulous fuchsia collection. And I'm going to be using the outer die. Now, these are also creative card dies, Becky. So if I use that on its own, it's going to cut into my card and stay in my card, irrelevant of the size.
Okay.
But what I do want to do is I want to release it out of my card. Not often do I actually use the outer die. Usually what I do, Becky, is I cut my card to the size I want and then just use the inner die. So it's a good way to do it. If you're wanting a thicker frame all the way round, then just cut your card to the size you want and cut the detail die only and not the outer die. So let's align that one up. So this is going to cut out the geometric shapes. For this card, I don't want the little bits that are going to come out. So what I can do is I had cello bags on Tuesday and all the bits that come out that I'm not needing, I just put them in the cello bags because I can use them down the line because I can always use them for other projects. So if I take that one out, there is our outer geometric line. These are the bits I'm not going to need for this project, so we can pop them to the side. And then what I do want is all of those that came out, I want them, but I want them in that hydrangea colour.
Okay.
So taking that out, and because I only want those bits that come out, what I'm going to do, Becky, is this is where I can show you how it will stay in your card if you don't use the outer die.
Okay.
So, for instance, let's just show you, let's do it at an angle. So you can see if you are new and you're wondering what creative card dies are, because I'm cutting this into a panel, this could be the panel of your card front, your card blank. So then you've got that option of being a creative card. Run through, one pass through your die cutting machine, and that's the front of your card done. So let's lift that one up here. So this is where these will, let's just bring that in here. That's going to go into position there, Becky, and then these we will start to pop.
I like it
back
like
in.
a little puzzle kind of thing.
It is, yeah, it is. And I thought at first, it's a strange one in a good way, is it looks symmetrical.
Yeah.
It's not actually symmetrical.
Oh. Oh,
It's-
no.
it's-
Yeah, okay.
It's straight because you see it from there and there. These two are actually different slightly.
Yeah.
So originally it was pleasing for me because it's symmetrical. And then it got a little bit in, there was a couple of bits that weren't quite fitting, and then that's when I twigged that it's not actually symmetrical.
That looks so cool. As Lisa P says, it looks like a TIE fighter from Star Wars, and it does. And I should have really noticed that myself, because I'm a massive Star Wars fan, but that's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't have noticed that. Wouldn't have noticed that. So now, Becky, there it is. Using the outer die, you can see with the fuchsia, that cuts it out of the card. Not using it means it's going to stay within your card. Now, when it comes to these patchwork dies that you're going to layer up together, some you might think, oh gosh, now I have to take them all off. No, you don't. What we're going to do is we're just going to bring our card, so I'm using white again, we're just going to leave it on the packaging, on the acetate, and then we're going to run it through. But what I'm going to do is, because that acetate backing is a little bit thick, I'm going to take out the magnetic shim.
Okay.
But there is a reason, and this is what I'm doing here, there's a reason that I moved that die back into like that perfect position. And it's to do with that layer that we've just cut. So if I take this out here, what we've got is now we've got all of them die cut, they're still on the backing, and we don't have to worry about taking them off, putting them back in, or even knowing where they're going to go. What we do is pop that out and pop that out. But because I left those dies, Becky, in that perfect position, it means this layer I could now come along and pop over the top. So the outer dies of the patchwork, the base now becomes the base.
That's fabulous.
So you've got so many ways, so many options, and then how to use them. But let's go back into this one. So let's take the folder. Now, the one that I done originally, and I've got all done and finished, I used the cable knit. I can't find that today within our stash through the back. So I've just taken the classic Hessian, and I'm just making sure that these are all facing the right way, as in that nice clean cut is facing up towards me. And we're going to pop these into place. So not just your patchwork dies, but other die cuts. Think about embossing them with your folders, like I'm doing here.
Can you cut them? Can you use different cardstock?
Of course you can.
Would it work with craft card?
Yep, absolutely. Yep, it will work on craft card. These are still our wafer thin dies, silver wafer thin dies, so they're going to cut everything that you guys already know. These are also simplistic shape dies. So Becky, all of your soft crafts, you know, your fabrics and that, add your metal shim, or I know that you use your metal shims for soft crafts with the Gemini, add them, and these are still going to cut lots of fabrics. And then if I take these out, and because we've embossed them, you might just need to give that little helping hand just to pop it out, like so. And then what I can do is I can then go back to marrying them up into the right position. So let's move that out the way. Let's bring this out the way, like so. And I'm not going to do the whole entire lot because I would raise them on foam pads, but I will do a few of them to show you. So that one, what I'm going to do, for me, I'm going to use my tacky glue, Becky, and I'm just going to go around the edges, the fine edges, stick it down, and we'll start to build some of these up.
Okay, fabulous. I've got a few people messaging in with what they're thankful for and what they're grateful for, and so please do keep those coming in. We're giving away points, aren't we? So, at the end of the show, well, we've got Jeanette saying, I'm grateful for my amazing family. I've had health issues and they've always rallied around to help me. That's nice. That's nice, what you want, don't you, from your family? Karen says, I'm grateful to have a lovely family, good friends and a wonderful partner. Congratulations. You've got the triple whammy with everyone being good. Shannon says, I'm also grateful to the crafting community for sharing their ideas on cards to make. Yeah, I mean, I think that is a very key thing. The Crafters Companion community, all of you watching out there, you're very free with all of your knowledge. No one's, that term that I learned, gatekeeping.
No.
No one's hiding the best way of using a particular product, which is always really good. So other people could have made the mistakes, so you don't have to, which is always a bonus as far as I'm concerned. Sarah says, great to see you all today. My day off, and I've enjoyed the presentations without having to sneak a peek at work. How do you sneak a peek at work? Do you have like a desk that's sort of facing out, or facing in a corner so no one can see what you're doing, or you're looking on your phone just underneath in your lap? Heidi says, I'm really impressed with these dies. The possibilities are endless. They are absolutely gorgeous. Rita Jackson says, I cannot wait to get my order to arrive. Sarah Thompson says, my order arrives on Monday. Can't wait to play with these. And Marnie says, I love the patchwork dies. Hadassah said that's a great tip about using the acetate, keeping everything on the acetate. Sarah says, I love this idea that you're using embossing folders for texture. I don't have these, but I'll be ordering them. They're very versatile. They really are, and I think, it's a bit like nesting dies, isn't it? They're like key items for you to have in your stash. Rita Jackson says, I just can't with these dies. It's my favourite purchase of the year, and trust me, I've purchased plenty. And we've also got Rebecca, who says they'd make a great chocolate selection box for a soft crafter. I like that idea.
Well, that's a good idea.
That would be quite good. Actually, you could make the chocolates yourself, but have them in, use the patchwork dies as like a template, and make the chocolates to slot in.
Yeah, hey, yeah.
Or cake.
Or cake.
It's always about cake as far as I'm
Always
concerned,
about
isn't
cake.
it? Yeah,
Always,
opportunity.
yeah. But the thing is, what you could do as well, because you've got the dies, Becky, these could be, yeah, I suppose you could use this one, but maybe easier with some of the other ones. Use them to frame small photos, little photos. If you print them out yourself, then you can print them down to specific sizes, and then you can layer your photos on the back, and then that's a nice way of using them.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I like that idea. What would you say you're grateful for? Would you give? Which you're going to give gratitude to somebody? Who would you give gratitude to?
Do you know something? Because of my health, I would say the nurses and doctors and the NHS.
Yeah.
100%. Yes, I'm so grateful for really kind, caring family and friends, but I am so grateful for all the nurses, the doctors, the healthcare assistant, those that clean the wards, just everyone, because I certainly wouldn't be keeping as well as I am at the moment. And even when I'm not well, Becky, they are absolutely on the ball.
Yeah.
And considering, obviously, 7 and a bit years ago, I moved from Scotland, who I had the same consultant and the same surgeon for, 30 plus years.
Yeah.
So it's a big thing to change hospital, change team, and just absolutely so incredibly grateful for doctors and nurses.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they are, they're a totally different breed, very unselfish group of people that dedicate their lives to making people better.
They really, really are. They really, really are.
My daughter's best friend is a nurse. She's just recently qualified. And given that, I've known her since she was 6 months old, it's quite a frightening prospect that, if I ended up going into hospital, she might be looking after me.
Yeah.
Because in my head, she's still a child, but she's not anymore. And I just think it's a great thing to do.
It really is. It's even little things as well, without getting too personal, Becky, but depending on what you go through, your health of that, sometimes you feel you just have to leave your dignity at the door, and there's no, I know they're there to do their job and they're there to look after and care, but there is no judgment, there is no nothing like that. They do what they can to make you well and better, and essentially get you out the hospital as quick as they can.
Yeah.
And you form really nice bonds with some of them.
Especially if you're in for a long time. I mean, hopefully most people are in and out, very quickly because something's easy to deal with, but that's not always the case, is it?
That's it. And then for me, I know mine's when I was last in for a good long time, it was towards the end of lockdown, but I still seen all of them a lot more than I've seen my family and friends and you guys.
Yeah.
So, it was important that you created that bond with them. So really, really grateful for all of them. So well done, and big thanks to everyone in the NHS.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
Lynn Morton would like to know, is it possible to die cut this with the sticky sheets on these dies to get the shapes instead of using the foam pads?
Absolutely, absolutely. On Tuesday, we did have an adhesive bundle. I would have thought it would still be on the website. Check it out. Whereas you got some glues and things like that, and you got adhesive sheets in there. It was the flat adhesive sheets. But yeah, if you've got things such as our thicker foam pad sheets, absolutely. Put your card on that, then run it through, and then they become sticky foam pad stickers, so of course you can.
Would you have to change the sandwich if you're going to be doing that on the foam, or?
So the sandwiches that I've done so far, no, I wouldn't change anything. If you are doing the full sandwich, what I mean by that is if you're doing your base plate, frosted, magnetic and top plate, I would maybe be inclined to take out the magnetic shim because obviously the foam is thicker. You will squash it slightly as you're cutting. It won't squash, it will come back to size once it's come out the Gemini. But yeah, because it's a little bit thicker, I would personally take out the magnetic shim. And if it does need an additional cut, which it wouldn't, but if it did, run it through again with the magnetic shim.
That bundle of adhesives is still available on the website. And Nicholas just said the hold and release sheets are back in stock. So if you've been waiting for those, do have a look at the website. Rita Jackson wants to know what a chocolate selection box is. We were talking about this. Look, it was this morning, wasn't it?
It was
this morning. So we didn't know whether it's the same case in the US or anywhere else, but in the UK, you can get at Christmas, you get a little container which has beautifully laid out bars of chocolate, the kind of bars of chocolate you would buy in any shop, but you have a selection box of these different chocolate bars, and you often get them in your stocking at Christmas or as a small gift from a family member that doesn't really know what you like. And the trick when you're a child is to eat as many of the bars of chocolate, and they're full-size bars of chocolate, as you can before Christmas lunch and before anyone notices that you've made yourself feel slightly queasy for having too much chocolate early in the day. But as far as I'm concerned, Christmas morning, I mean, you can eat what you like.
Of course you can.
Breakfast is normally chocolate.
Oh, of course, it has to be. Chocolate coins for me.
Chocolate coins, and you sound like those seashell chocolates.
Oh, do you? Oh,
yeah.
But you are posh though, so.
I do like a seaside chocolate, so much so every week for the last couple of months I've been buying a box for myself.
Yeah. Ah, so the novelty of them will have run out come Christmas time.
Doubt that.
Probably not. Probably not. So there we go. So although that was on a box that was 9 by 8 inches and I scored all the way around at 1.5 inches, that could have been on a 5 by 7 card blank or even a little bit smaller. But it's just layering up with foam pads. That's optional. You don't have to. You could do it with your glue gel. But always think about embossing your die cut layers, not just from these patchwork dies, but other dies, other nesting dies that you've got. And then I just quickly took 2-in-1 from my number dies, added that on, and then that could be, of course, for, well, maybe your seashell chocolates inside.
I really like that. So a quick recap on the different dies that you can get in here. This one is your hexagon that you've got here, which is really great for, if you want a hexagon type design, almost this is a real patchwork design, isn't it? Becky, hold on to the boards. But it is great if you're going to be using it with some of those bee dies, those beautiful items. This one, your Loewe puzzle bag or your geometric. This one is upside down. Still it's upside down. This one is your morning sunrise. We then have your sunbeam, or rays of light. This one is your shining star. And this final one is your warm sunbeam. £70 or $80. The platinum price is £56 or $64. I've got one more thankful thing from Pat. I've had so many things to be thankful for. Of course, my family and friends and the wonderful friends I've made on this chat. I'm also thankful for CTV, the crew and the crafting experts. I always walk away from the shows with knowledge, inspiration and a few laughs. And most recently, I'm thankful that the surgery was successful in removing the breast cancer. Now moving forward to radiation and medications. Congratulations, Pat. That's really nice to hear.
It is.
On that note, we're going to take a quick break. We will see you back in a couple of moments. Make sure you check out your baskets. We'll be back very soon.
Day to day looks like on a normal day when I'm working from home. Get up, breakfast, quick phone call with my daughter, and then I'm up in the craft room and I spend all my time in the craft room. If it's spending a day with the grandkids, that's it. That's my best part of the day, just spending time with family and those gorgeous little grandkids of mine. The best part of the day when I'm at work is when I go on air, because I absolutely love it. Both. I prefer a shower in the morning. I feel fresher. I feel that I can tackle my day. However, depending on how that day's been, I also would have a double shower, so I'd have one in the morning and one at night too. Absolutely, 100% coffee. Will always be coffee. And flavoured coffee is my favourite at the moment. Dare I say it's a full English breakfast, the full works, the beans, the tomatoes, the bacon, the sausage, and everything else that goes with a traditional English breakfast. Craft along. Every day of the week. I absolutely love going through the stages from the start of a project to the end of a project. So craft along is definitely my favourite choice. I can't leave without my lipstick. It's a given thing. I once didn't have a lipstick on me and Leanne helped me out that day. Kick off the shoes, sit down for a couple of minutes, just gather my thoughts and then grab my tea.
Come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. Then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. Think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White, you're my first, my last, my everything. Go home and make the tea.
Ooh, Crafty Translate. Ooh. That sounds very exciting. Oh, so Crafty Translate, there's going to be ink pads with the colour in a different language. And we've got to work out what they are. That one just looked grey to me. Are they all grey?
They're all grey.
Right, okay. So I apologise in advance. I'm playing for Team Facebook. I'm never very good at these things. And it really does grate on me how bad I am because I feel such a fool when I'm travelling home because I do like to win and I don't like it when I don't win and I get quite grumpy, which is one of the reasons they have these games at the end of the day. Right, so Craig, are you ready? Have you got your whiteboard?
Think
you got
so.
your pen?
Yep, all good.
Okay, so we need to work out what this is trying to say to us. What colour is it?
Oh, does it not?
Well, there was a bit of a. I mean, I'm I'm guessing on this one, but I don't know. I'm not very au fait with all the colours. You're going to think so. I'm going to shock myself by how many I get. Oh, how little I get. Is that going to be right? I don't know. I don't have many of these ink pads at home, so I don't know if I got that one. Craig's still writing. Is he translating it into different languages? Come on, Craig. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got ocean blue.
I've got ocean blue.
What else had you written?
Baby blue.
Ah.
Because I was looking at the pack, I didn't actually see the word at the top.
Well done, everyone, if you got that right. Ocean blue. Was that one seems a little easier than Sam, did you do these? So Sam's games are normally the most complicated.
Well, if you've seen me with the anagrams the other week, you know how I took a hissy fit towards the end and just gave up.
Every time, Sam, you've done a game, I found it really difficult. So next one, we've got another colour. Oh! Do we get extra points if we can tell you what language they're in? Oh, that's disappointing, isn't it? Everyone at home, have you got that right? Have you got your answer? Oh, you're dropping your pen on your floor like I am. Ready, Craig? Craig is writing an essay. Right, we turn around. I've got lemon tonic.
Oh, I've put yellow tonic. I was too busy thinking about actually drawing. I know, and I know it's. I know it's yellow tonic.
Oh, is that lemon? I thought it was one of the little myths from Mr. Men. Lemon tonic. Well done, everybody, if you got that right, or yellow tonic, or gin and tonic. You get half a point,
Well,
Craig.
I did get it right, just the other way around.
He did draw a lemon. He knew you put
yellow tonic. I put.
Right.
Well, lemon's yellow.
The next one. Let's have the next one up. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
I'm not sure I've got this one right. Tarina thinks she should get extra points for drawing a lemon. Oh, now, if you get extra points for drawing things, that's probably not something we want to do on this show. I've drawn a picture now.
Have you? Mine's.
I quite like the idea of drawing a little picture. Right. Okay.
Mine is a mix between like a pizza slice and something else, anyway.
Right, I've got lime soda.
Who loves lime soda?
Is that right?
Is it true?
Yay! Well done, everybody. I don't understand these little...
Keenan and Kel,
no,
Nickelodeon.
I didn't ever watch it. Watch it.
This is, yeah,
I'm 10 years older than you, Craig.
25 years ago.
Yeah, I don't think my children watched it either.
Bet they did.
Right, next one.
Mad for it.
Speaking of, does anyone else follow Urbanton Door? The Urbanton Door. Did you see their version of this? Really funny. Do you ever watch them on Instagram? Urbanton Town Door. They're in Manchester. I want to go to the restaurants. It is in Manchester. I want to go. I'm going to make a special trip to Manchester just so I can go there. I doubt they would sing to me, but I just want to go because I've seen them and I think they're absolutely hilarious. Really good. Ready?
I would like to leave this
Good.
city.
I don't know because it's a one-word answer.
Town don't smell too pretty, and I can leave the warning sign. running around my mind. Oasis. I have drawn the Earth with a planet and then a rocket or spaceship.
Do you know, I thought that was a plate of chicken nuggets and some alphabetic shapes.
Oh,
Alphabetic
that sounds
spaghetti.
so good. I love kiddie food.
Oasis, well done, everyone. If you got that right, are you mad for it? Yeah, that's
The Royal Family, the comedy.
That was a
The Royal
great show,
Family.
wasn't it?
Brilliant show.
Right, next one. Ooh. Oh. 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 Ooh, can't spell. I don't think I've had chicken nuggets for some time. I quite like a chicken nugget.
Oh, I love a good nug-nug.
Sorry, say again.
Nug-nug. Chicken nuggets.
Oh,
Nug-nug.
that's what you have when you travelling, don't you?
That's what I also call Tracy. Nug-nugs.
Okay, that's I don't understand that. I've got jet black.
Oh, I've got noir black.
Ah.
Oh,
Hey!
well done. Well done.
Whew. Oh. Excellent. Right, was that the end of that first round? Well, I enjoyed that one. Only because I'm in the lead. No complaints about how difficult the game is.
No,
we haven't had the second round. Well done to everybody that's been playing along. I hope you've done this well. There are some hard ones, so you don't want to necessarily go and have a look at all of your ink pads now, but it might be a good idea. I'm looking down here. I wasn't listening to anything you said. Oh, this. This is a daily deal. I love this bag. I've got one of these at home. This is just so cool. This is one of our tote bags. Now you've got here, this is super sturdy. I've got one of these I use for my, all my sewing bits and pieces. There are pockets all the way around. You've got a zip pocket over here, but you've got pockets all the way around and they're angled so you can really fill these up. Now you would have seen Debbie Robinson's one. She has a whole craft store stuffed in here. There is so much you can put in here. You've also got little sections down here so you can divide things up so you can make it a little bit smaller. It does fit a Gemini Junior, if I remember rightly, inside here if that's what you want to do. And it also comes with a pair of our 9-inch scissors. So these are great for your soft craft, your paper craft, for cutting the bacon or chopping up boxes. This is really, really useful. Now these are super sturdy. They've got a sort of a base in here, so they'll come flat packed, but you just need to push the base down. Honestly, I cannot tell you how many things I've fitted in here. I could fit 2 Labrador puppies and still be able to carry it around. I think so, or 40 hours. And we don't condone you carrying animals in here, but I'd like to give you an idea of size. I always think if I give you measurements, it doesn't do much for me, but if I give puppies, if I give puppies as a measurement, you all know what I mean. £34.99 or $39.95. Platinum price is $27.99 or $31.95, and you're going to be getting these as well. Now, of course, on the Friday Night Live, we always have some fantastic price drops. We're going to go over to Craig. Oh, I've got the first one. Hold on a minute. Which one's my first one? Oh, right. I do like. I don't want to show. I'm going to hide the other ones. Now, the first one I've got here is the Centura Pearl. These are your square card blanks with matching envelopes. So the normal price is £4.99 or $6.95, but not today. Not today at all. They're going to be much lower than that. What?
Wow.
£2.99 or $4.17. Your platinum, £2.39 or $3.34. That is great. So you've got metallic silver, you've got 8 in here, 8 card blanks and 8 matching envelopes. Why wouldn't you put them in your basket? Great for your Christmas makes. Right, Craig, what have you got over there? They are 6 by 6. Thank you.
we have got our Academy of Colour. Now, this is your portrait. So this is all about giving you the ability to learn and work on the ability of colouring the portrait stamps or maybe die cuts that you've got within the shades. Geo colours, water base, and then you've got your alcohol base as well. You've got some stamps in there. You've got some colouring medium card with that one plus the education with Leanne. So you would be $48.87 or $64.43, but your platinum price of £39.09 or $52.34. But not today, Nana. Your price goes down $33.99 or $44.95. It's giving you the platinum price of $27.19, or for you guys stateside, you're going to be $35.96. Now, not only is that your Geotip alcohol pens, your Geotip water-based pens, you're also then going to be getting your full sheet of stamps as well. You're going to be able to then create your own skin tones. You'll be able to create your own hair colour tones. You've got your index file. You've also got your watercolour card. You've got your alcohol card. You've even got the QR code. Now, just to say, if you go for this one and this is the only one you've got, not only, Becky, do you get within that price just for today the education with Leanne when it comes to the portraits. It also opens up all the other education as well. So it's just something to keep in mind. But for today only, Academy of Colour portraits with Leanne and the education, $33.99 or $44.95. But your platinum price for all of that is going to be $27.19, $35.96. Work with it, learn from it, and then you can continue with what you've learned with all your other colouring mediums.
Fantastic. That's a great deal. The next item I've got is the Crafting Bible by the Boss, of course. Loads of bits and pieces in here, loads of crafts for you to do, whether you're brand new at crafting or whether you've been crafting for a long time. And this is a beautiful box that you've got here. We've got things, we've got orange drinks tray that you can make there. Look at that, that looks great. I love it. I love an orange kind of design. I think that's really, really nice. We've got a few other things here. So this is a Father's Day gift. So there's something here throughout the whole of the year. Little things like these cakes in a little pot, which look cake that.
It's a plant pot.
So I make cakes that look like this.
Do you?
Yeah. So if you make cakes, you could decorate the pots like this, and then you can pop cakes inside them, or you can just use them for plants. Got cake on the brain, haven't I? It's terrible. There's all sorts of different things in here. So whether you want to do a little bit of flower pressing, that's really pretty. And then you can adapt that into other bits and pieces that you're doing. So you've got wreath making in here, you've got decorations for Christmas, as well as Halloween-y type things as well. I like that, that's lovely. Is that a glue gun design? That's quite cool, I like that. Loads of different things in here, so great crafting for all of the family. This is £20 or £29.99. No, it's not, it's better than that. It is £15, $15, platinum, just £12 or $12. Got Christmas coming up, you want a stocking filler, this is absolutely ideal. It's a nice hardback book, it's going to last you forever. Next item, Craig. What have you got over there?
We've got our storage for 12 markers. Now, this was originally out for your... oh, it's not the one I was thinking of. Even better, it actually fits your tri-blends as well. I was thinking it was a smaller one. So even better, storage for your 12 markers. It's going to hold up to your tri-blends. Now, just to say, you don't get the content. This is just to show you. But whether you're storing it with your tri-blends, your tri-colour aqua pens, classique pens, whether it's going to be your Illustrator pens, it's going to hold 12 of them. Strong, robust. You've got your hook and loop. You've got your zip all the way around. You've got a zip pocket onto the back. You've got it branded as well. Handle at the side, so if you are going to be storing it upright, then of course you can just kind of pull that one out. And great to then take the key colours that you need or you like if you're on the go, if you're out in the caravan for a couple of days or a week or so. So you would be $11.99 or $16.99. Your platinum price would be $9.59 or $13.59. But for today only, that's going to come down £8 or $11. You're
Bargain.
saving over 30%, Becky. Your platinum price for your 12 marker storage, not with the contents though, $6.40 or $8.80. Now you think about the size and the actual width of our pens. Think of other pens along those thicknesses that you're going to have that you'll be able to use. Does not have to be just for Spectrum Noir. The 12 of them, it comes with that bungee cord within the middle there to hold your pens. But for $6.40, Becky, or $8.80 for today only, it's one to certainly consider. If you can multi-buy, then you're definitely not going to regret that, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And the next item I've got is one of our boxes. If you've not seen these before, these are absolutely fabulous as a gift for somebody because you've got everything in here. So this one is your penny sliders. So in here, you're going to be getting your die. You're getting card blanks, envelopes, clear acrylic stamps, coloured card pack, printed papers, and you've got some dewdrops as well for the little embellishments. And Craig, I believe you've got a demo of this on your YouTube channel.
I do indeed. Just go to Craig Laird CC across on YouTube. There's a link on my other social pages, and I've done a full tutorial start to end, and I'll show you the easiest way, Becky, to get that glide from the penny slider.
So whenever I think of penny sliders, I think of penny loafers. And then I think of sliders. And so in my head, it's like slightly different to what it actually is. Yeah, it's some kind of odd shoe.
Oh, see, I think of burgers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like that makes sense. So in here, you've got stamps that look like this. You've also got these dies in here. And then, as I say, you've got a card, you've got printed papers, and you've got all those card blanks as well. And everything comes in these little pouches, these little envelopes. So again, you can use these for your makes as well. As I say, this is really good because you've got everything in this box, making it absolutely ideal as a gift. Because everything's contained in here, if you've got a new crafter or somebody that wants to try something a little bit different, this works extremely well because you've got it all in here and you've got that knowledge available on Craig's pages as well. The price for this is £24.99 or $29.95, but today it isn't. Platinum should be $19.99. Let's see what it is in real life. £20 or $20,
Nice.
£16 or $16 for this. That is a great present. Comes in a lovely little storage box. Everyone I know that has these, they keep them all in the storage boxes and they know exactly where they are. So another great deal that we've got for you today. Craig, you've got the last one over there. What have you got?
I do indeed. I have got some Duet ink pads. Now, these are from your Enchanted Ocean. Just to say, these are new colours for the Enchanted Ocean. So if you do have our Duet ink pad, that main bundle, you won't have these colours, Becky.
Okay.
You've got Coral Breeze, you've got Queen Conch, you've got Ocean Royalty, Tropical Shallows, you've got your Bay Blue, and then your Deep Pacific as well. So these are your duo, so a little bit of the hybrid between your water reactive and your pigment. Great for heat embossing, great for blending, great for layering, but then you would be $19.99 or $24.95 with a platinum price of $15.99 or $19.96. But not today. Today only, you're going to be $12.99 or $16.21. That's giving you a saving of 35%, but your platinum price comes down by 20%, which means you're going to get it for $10.39. For you guys stateside, you're going to be a platinum of $12.97. And please do not be put off by the small little squares, because trust me, these are going to last and last and last and last. So you've got those 6 in there, but that price for today only.
Fantastic. I've got a Craig. I've got
You've got
Craig
a
for you.
Craig, have you?
I've got a Craig for you question. This is from Jacoboo. Says, Craig, I'm purchasing the rub-ons. Will they work on Centura Pearl?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, Centura Pearl, linen card, texture card, all of those. You know, they will go on glitter card, keeping in mind though, glitter card's really coarse, so you're not going to get a crisp, clean image, but it's just to show you acetate, vellum, wood, all these mediums, absolutely, Becky.
Fantastic, thank you for that. And Suzanne Dawn asks about the pen case. Should they store that upright?
Ideally, so that's a really good question, because I, of course, talked about this the other day. Ideally, if you can, what to do is store them on their side.
Okay.
Because you want to store all pens on their side to keep the ink even, hence why your storage trays for pens have them on their side. If you store pens upright, there can be a potential that the ink will drain down and potentially leak out. So where possible, I would always store them on their side. If they're going to be on there upright for a wee while, it's not going to matter too much. I'm meaning kind of like days, weeks, months, upright, they may leak. So keep them on their side.
Okay, all right, thank you for that. Pat said that was a great deal for the 12 pen storage case. I didn't submit my order yet because I had 2 of them in my basket. And Hadassah says the penny sliders are a favourite card for my grandma and I to make. They are really quite cool. They look really, really good. There are loads of deals on the website. And do remember, we've got that fantastic deal with the Gemini 2, which you're not supposed to know about. Because I think there's possibly a little bit of a mistake that's happened. So do take advantage of that. If you want to get hold of a Gemini and you've been keen to get one, this is your opportunity to grab it while you can and while it's on a good deal. That's what we all want. We want to save a little bit of money. Absolutely, that's the case. Hello everybody, welcome back. You've just caught me, just bending down to wait, I'm going to grab these. Now today, Friday Night Live, obviously I'm not Ben. So if you tuned in to watch Ben, I see him on holiday, playing cricket or running, because that's all I ever think think Ben does. He works really hard and then in his times off, he's on holiday. So what is he doing today?
I think he's just having a long weekend off, I think.
Yeah, holiday. He's got family over to visit. Oh, yes. I'm going to let you have the time off then. I'm not going to moan about it.
He deserves it, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. No, it's just by the law of averages, I assume he's on holiday. We've got loads of great deals for you today. So it's myself and Craig Laird, who's over there fiddling around getting ready for the next demo. And I've just thrown him by making him wave.
Right. No, not at all.
No, we had a few questions earlier on. This is your opportunity to ask any questions because Craig is here and he's the font of all knowledge when it comes to things crafting, wrestling, friends, neighbours, white chocolate covered things.
Yep.
What else, Craig?
What
else? What else was you? Scotland, yeah.
Actually, it's probably surprising the amount of stuff I don't know about Scotland. New York.
New York? How many Tunnocks tea cakes can you fit in your mouth in one go?
Tunnocks tea cakes, probably just the one. My mouth is quite small.
I do like a Tunnocks tea cake. That's very good. I've not tried that one. I've not worked out how many I can pop into my mouth. That will be a challenge for me to do next week.
I do love the mallow in the mouth. Who can fit 7 in their mouth? No, shut up.
There's no way, Sam, you can fit 7 Tunnocks tea cakes in your mouth.
I tell you, when you see them, Sam's just said, I don't even know what they are.
They're quite sizable. Now, I don't know whether you get them in the US, but if you don't get them in the US and you're going to come to the UK, make sure you get hold of some because they are absolutely delicious.
They're bigger than a golf ball, put it that way. So, Sam, if you can fit 7 Tunnocks tea cakes in your gob, I will be surprised.
Yeah, I think Sam would be like, you know, one of those snakes that just locates their jaw to eat, you know, like an egg or something like that. I have got a question already. Robin says, I have a question about funky foam. I couldn't get my hands on an orange for my children to make pumpkins. What's the best medium to turn white into orange?
Alcohol pens.
Oh, okay.
Anything alcohol-based, yes. I would use that one. You could use your water-based. The only thing you just need to keep in mind of, if it gets a little bit damp or it's out in the rain or whatever it is, then, of course, it could bleed of the ink. But the actual best way to colour them, I would say, is going to be your alcohol pens.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that, and to keep your questions coming in. We've also been talking about being gratitude, and we had a little poem at the start of the show. So if you wanted to read the little or hear the little poem that Nicola wrote for you all and all of us, please watch back later on, but not now. Don't go back now. Go back at the end. Right, next item I'm going to be showing you are the Layering Floral Dies Showstopper. I showed you these earlier on this morning. Really like these. I've got to get my hands on these before I go home because these are lovely. So you've got a selection of 12 separate flowers, and they all come with multiple different dyes in them. The idea being that you're going to cut them out of your card and then you're going to layer them out to create this fantastic 3D image. This first one here is your Radiant Rose. This next one is your Blooming Hydrangea. I couldn't choose which one is my favourite on here because they're all my favourite. This one here is your Pretty Poppy, absolutely ideal for the coming months when we've got Remember It's Sunday in November. This one is your Beautiful Peony. Do love a peony. They have a very short life, don't they, in the garden, or you know when you can get hold of them to put in a vase. This one is your Delightful Daisy. This one here is your Lovely Lily, and as Craig was talking us through earlier on, if you haven't got a machine with an embossing mat, you can still get all this embossed detail by using one of the ball tools throughout. So really useful, handy tips there. This one is your Sweet Helleborus or your Christmas Rose. So going to be very appropriate for anyone that's making Christmas cards and they want a floral element to it. This one is your Alluring Anemone. Oh, thank goodness I said that right this time. And next one here is your Charming Cosmos. I really like this, the leaves on a cosmos. It's very ethereal. Next one is your Sunflower. Then we have your Echinacea, that lovely herb or flower that makes you feel better when you've got a bit of a cold. And then finally, you've got your Foxglove or your Digitalis, £80 or $110. Your platinum price is £64 or $88. Keep your questions coming in. Oh no, hold on, I've forgotten this. You get this as well in the showstopper. So this is your linen cardstock. These are 5x7 sheets. These are all the colours that have been hand-picked to go with all of those beautiful dyes. So that is something you don't want to miss out on there. You've got 35 or 30 sheets there. Craig, I'm looking forward to seeing some samples and also seeing what you're going to make this time, because you're going to do the rose this time, aren't you?
Yes, So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how you can build the rose similar to this. We're going to do the rose. We're not really going to focus on the background or the sentiment, but what I will say, Becky, as you talked about beforehand with the penny slider, I've done this tutorial on my Crafter's Companion YouTube channel.
Okay.
So if you want to see how I've done that from scratch, mats and layers, die cuts, assembling, everything, I've done that one. The folder, that's from Sarah's Once Upon a Time. It's the one that's encapsulating the rose. So it's still a little bit small, but you can see it works well. In that video as well, in that tutorial, what I also do, Becky, is our craft foam. I've done that within our craft foam. So
that looks nice, I like that.
So it's very, very chunky,
yeah,
but still it works. If you're going to be doing it and putting it into a box or a box envelope, it works. So for those, and the reason I thought I'll kind of recreate this one, it's because the rose is the one that I know many of you have had issues with. So if maybe you've not had time to catch my tutorial on YouTube, or maybe you're not going to have time, but you've got a little bit of spare time at the moment, hence while you're watching, we're going to cover it. Now, these are all about layering the florals. Now, we've done that earlier today within the craft-along. Now, what you're going to find, some of them, you're going to look at a specific point of the die-cut flower, and then you're going to layer up that way. Now, when it comes to the rose, the reason there's two reasons, actually, that some of you at home, or a lot of you at home, have been getting a little bit confused, and that is, on the packaging, it's actually been flipped the other way,
right,
which I'll talk you through briefly in a moment. But also, you would think you start with the largest die cut and then you work your way up to the smallest. That's not the case, certainly with the floral. For instance, the first layer with the rose that we'll show you is the biggest die cut.
Right.
The second layer is actually one of the smallest die cuts.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's where some of you have been getting confused, and I hold my hand up. I did as well at first. So I thought that's why. All the other ones are quite straightforward to work out and assemble. So let's take some dark card. Now, the first layer that I've done in red, I've used the red that you get included, but I'm doing a little bit of a drop shadow. Plus, I can talk you around the actual flowers. Now, you might actually want to take a Sharpie pen or a permanent pen and then write the numbers on the back. But if I get this bit of dark red that we're going to cut, so this one here, Becky, is layer 1. So we've got our first layer. This small one is layer 2.
Right, okay.
So that's layer 2. Then this one is layer 3. And then we've got layer 4. We've then got layer 5. Then we've got layer 6. And then we've got layer 7 and 8. So that is the combination. That is the layers when it comes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8.
Can I ask a question, please,
Yeah.
teacher? Why have you taken those off the cellophane or the acetate? Could you have kept them on them like you did with the other dies that you did before?
Absolutely. The reason that I didn't take them off earlier on, and that is because if I cut them, leave them exactly where they are, then what happens is that meant I was able to frame the patchwork dies earlier on. Remember when I brought in that second cut and an overlay? So that's why I kept those dies in place. But absolutely, if you want to leave these on the back end, any dies that you've got, if you want to leave them on the back of the acetate, you can absolutely do that, no
because
problem
one
whatsoever.
of my worries is, especially with small dies, I'm going to lose part of them.
Yeah.
And then obviously if you lose part of that, it's going to be harder for you to remake it, isn't it? If you dropped it in the bin and it's disappeared into the ether. So that's good to know that you can just sort of use whatever it was on the acetate and just pop it through the machine as it is.
Absolutely, you can do. And then I'm just going to then tape all of these ones down. And then every now and again, I'm just leaving a second. So if you are wanting to screen grab, you can do, although you can always just come back and then re-watch. So we're just going to then tape each of these down like so. Now let's bring in our Gemini. These will all go through, now I checked, these all go through your Gemini Mini, which is great. So I'm going to go frosted, magnetic, and then top plate. So run that one through. I'll show you in a moment. I've already cut the stem, the leaves, and that kind of base, that calyx bit. So I've already cut them. We do need to do it again in dark card to do the drop shadow. But if I bring these out here, and then I'm just going to then pop them out. What I'm going to do is, let's just put them on a bit of cardstock. So again, we've got layer 1. And then if we pop each of these out here, so layer 2, and then layer 3, you've got layer 4, you've got 5, you've got 6, and then you've also got 7 and 8. You'll see it doesn't really matter whether that one goes first and that one goes first. It doesn't really matter, and you'll see that just shortly. Now, what I meant by the packaging, so these are all going to start getting layered on top of each other, which I'm going to do. This one on the packaging, Becky, has been layered that way. They've all been flipped around.
Oh.
And then they've been layered that way. I don't know why. I have no idea why they've started to layer them in that way. But that is why many of you have not been able to follow, because it's actually all facing the wrong direction. So that's one of the main reasons that a lot of you have been caught out. So let's turn them back around the correct way.
With one of the samples that you had with the lilies on it, that shaker card, the two flowers look slightly different. Had that been the same way? One of them has been flipped round the opposite way?
It could be.
So that's quite useful to know that it will still work the other way round if you want to do it.
Absolutely, yeah. I was just seeing if I had the original sample on the packet, but I don't. Just so I can do side by side, show you to just shortly. Bring that back in again just shortly. But if you're looking at the finished sample, that's why with the Radiant Rose, it's not going in that same direction. Okay. Because it's been flipped around. So let's take those same die cuts, Becky, but in that lighter red. And I'm going to do a very light drop shadow with the darker red, because I don't want it to be overly powering. And what I mean by a light drop shadow, let's take my glue, and maybe a drop shadow I'll tend to do maybe about 3 or 4 mils, whereas this one, all that I'm doing, my normal drop shadow, but I am really only maybe giving it about 1 mil or so. Yeah. You can hardly even see it. You can do deeper drop shadow if you want to, but I'm just keeping that very, very thin. And the reason being is as you start to layer them up, it still looks smart, but sometimes you can lose the effect of the layers because all the same tone of red is blending into each other. So by doing a drop shadow with a darker red, it separates the layers visually. Certainly if you're going to be layering them flat, like I'm going to do, although you can do them on foam pads or glue gel, you just need to remember that of course you're going to get extra bulk by doing it that way. So we're just doing each step, just move that one back a little bit, work our way in, and then I can show you how you can then pinpoint each layer, a specific point of each layer, and how it all starts to line up together. So let's pop that one. We're going into our 5th layer. We're going to then pop that one into place. What you could always do if you wanted to, die cut all of these out in white, stick them on a little bit of black card and then just number them all.
Yeah.
And then you've got that little cheat sheet that you can keep within the pack.
Yeah, Rose suggested about drawing around each die and then writing the layer number on
Or
each image.
drawing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
Good
drawing.
idea.
Whatever way is easier for yourself.
Robin asks, what are our favourite flowers? Do you have a favourite flower?
Probably a peony.
What colour?
I do like the pink ones.
Yeah.
I've got a few, the actual brand, Peony, I have a few of their peony flowers.
Would like a silk flower?
It is a bit like a silk flower, yeah, but they're so realistic. Quite expensive, but
That's what happens though, isn't it? With something that you want, good quality, realistic stuff is always more expensive.
yeah, but the joys of QVC and Easy Pay did help. So I've got a couple of the pink ones
Yeah.
about the house. So I would say peony. What about yourself?
I like a ranunculus.
Okay.
I think they're really nice, and I've got some silk ranunculus as well because they're sort of I think they're more of a springtime flower. I like all sorts of flowers. I think they all have their place. My daughter, like I said, my daughter loves a sunflower. That's her ideal thing.
Yeah.
I've suddenly got really into gladioli. And I
Right.
think it's because they are bright and pretty, and at the moment £2.50 in
Hey, that's all
Sainsbury's,
right.
which is a bargain.
That's all
and
right, isn't it?
flower. You don't want to spend loads on flowers.
No, you don't.
You want someone else to spend loads on flowers to
course you
give them
do.
to you.
Of course you do, absolutely. Or you want to be spending them and
Yeah.
buying them for someone else.
Exactly. Someone's birthday, or greeting someone with a big bunch of flowers. It's always good.
Do you know what, just thinking actually, do you know the other one that I quite like recently, when I say recently, maybe the last year and a bit or so, is cherry blossom.
Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it?
Isn't that
Really like that.
really
Yeah.
beautiful? And that really only stemmed from a few years ago when Yankee Candle brought out the cherry blossom fragrance. And I was like,
All roads
what's-
lead to Yankee Candle for you, don't they? Yeah.
Always. And I was like, what exactly is a cherry blossom? I had never heard of it. And that's where my kind of liking of cherry blossom has appeared.
I really like that. I do like, in the spring when you get sort of branches that you can put up. And I
Yeah.
like pussy willow as well. Like at Christmas, a bit of pussy willow and some amaryllis looks really lovely. Some holly berries. That's always a good Christmas one because
Yep.
they're really pretty, those pussy willows, and they last a long time.
What's it called again?
Pussy willow. I don't know what it's called in. Is this called the same in America?
I don't know.
But they're like it's like a big a twig, and then it's got these little white, soft, almost sort of furry little buds. It's really, really cute. Very nice.
I better not search for that on Google on the Works Wi-Fi. Oh, Sam, I wouldn't be doing that on the Works Wi-Fi. You never know what's going to come up.
Tarina says, I love a good layering flower die set, and these ones are absolutely gorgeous. Katie says, I'm thoroughly enjoying this demo. It's amazing those random shapes layer up to make a fab flower. I love it, thank you.
You're very
Marnie
welcome.
says she loves a cheat sheet. And Rose says that first layer looks like a pretty cup and saucer. It really did. That's exactly
Yeah,
what
it
I was
does, doesn't
thinking
it?
about.
It does.
Shannon says her favourite flower is a daisy. I don't like roses. Oh, even though it's my birth month flower. I do remember as a small child, we had lots of pink roses in the garden, and they always smelt really good. They don't smell quite as delicious now, I think, over the year. My nose doesn't work, or I think actually things don't smell as nice. But my mum said I was always chewing when I was in the garden because I liked the roses and I just used to eat them. So just like lean over and have a mouthful of rose petals.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
There we go then.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are beautiful. The thing with roses is because you can get you get your red, you get your pink. Valentine's Day, the last couple of years, they've kind of been manufactured so that you can get your multicoloured ones.
Yeah.
Okay, I do.
Which don't look a little bit, I don't like that.
I'm not a big fan, no.
Because it's never uniform anyway, is it?
No, definitely not.
Do you know one of my favourite plants is a bleeding heart? I love a bleeding heart.
I keep bleeding, love.
I do really like that, Craig. We need to put one of those in the garden. And they're generally pink or white or a variation of.
Yeah.
But I got some blue ones. I got some blue and yellow ones that came from some manufacturer. Well, not manufacturer, some nursery somewhere. But they are really pretty.
So many pretty flowers, isn't there? And that's the thing. It's hard if you are, not obviously that I go to a garden centre a lot. If I do, it's usually when I'm home and me and Mum are doing something for the day. Go for a nice lunch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you do,
afternoon
Nicola.
tea, you get nice scones.
You get a nice
scones.
lunch in a garden centre, isn't it? Yeah. And then go for a little peruse round the flowers, look at the pussy willows.
Yeah. And if you didn't know what they are, they're a name given to many of the smaller species of the salix when their furry catkins are young in the early spring. So this is not just education in craft world, it's education generally.
It is indeed.
So if you want to know what pussy willow was, now you know.
You do indeed, and I certainly do. So keep that background really simple. Instead of using the folder, I'm just going to go in with the water reactive. This is just the Bordeaux with a little splatter in there, just so that it's not completely bare.
Yep.
So let's go in now. So where it comes to your first layer, you're going to have a look at a specific point. Now, ideally, I would say this little bit here. So what happens with that one, Becky, that sits and matches into that section just here. And that's part of the reason why I've done the little bit of a drop shadow. You can kind of just see it there. So we're looking at that specific point just here where my finger is.
Like a little nubbin.
Yes, it is. It is. And that's going to overlay into there. Now, I don't want to confuse you, but I just want to make sure that you're aware of what I mean by flipping on this one. What's been done is these two have been flipped the other way, and then it's been started to be built that way. So each layer has been flipped and then built up. So that's why you've had that difficulty from following. But let's do it I'm not going to say the correct way, but let's do it in the way that when we've cut them, we've got that nice smooth edge. So we're going to then press that layer into here. We're then going to go in with our third layer. So this one, we're going to have a look at this point that we've got here, and that one matches in with that point there. So we're just having a play, we're just seeing where it fits, and it's going to go into there. Now, it's not going to completely match at the top, because this is where you're going to get that layering look. So we're going to go in with that one and match it into place here, and then we're going to press. And this is where the only thing you need to be cautious of, as we start to build, you're going to get deeper and thicker layers. So you won't necessarily always have to put glue over the whole back. So this one, we're looking at that little, more of a nubbin little bit, that one. That's then going to layer into there. So each section, step by step, you're just matching section by section. This is really the only one out of all of them that you have a lot of specific points that you match up. We can then go in with our next one, which is our fifth one. 6, 7, 8, yeah, fifth one. So that one we're going to have a look. We've got this little point to the side here, which is going to match up into there.
Okay.
Now we've got the base layer and 1 layer and 2 layer, because that smaller one's further up. So what I'm going to do here, Becky, is I'm not going to put glue around the side. I'm only going to put it towards the centre,
Okay.
where we've got the bulk of the die cut layers. And then I'm just going to go in and then press that one in. And then, I don't know if you can kind of see already, it's starting to come
That
to
looks so
fruition.
cool. I like that.
We're then going to go into this one here. Now, some people, Becky, will put these ones in first and then put that one. There's no right or wrong way. The reason I like to say to put this one next is if you do look at florals, you see the little leaves around the base of the flower.
Yeah.
So if I layer that one and there's a little point there and a little round bit at the bottom, we're going to then press. And then these ones here can then wrap round the bottom as though it's those last little petals just encapsulated the bottom of the flower. You can do it so that maybe one of them's just fallen down, as in if I take this one here, see how Rebecca's done it so that they're actually trickling downwards? So you've got that option. Same with this layer here, we've got a fair bit of bulk going on, so I'm only going to add glue into there, and then we can then overlay and position that one into place, and then we can come in with our last one here. And this is what I meant, it didn't matter if you do that and then that, or that and then that, doesn't really matter. We can then press that one, and that all fits around the curve of the edges, and then you've got your layered rose, and that little bit of the drop shadow just helps lift it and elevate it slightly.
I really like that.
And then to finish off, let's go in with the stem. I'm going to pop that one into there and then press. You've got like the little calyx, it's just going to neaten it off. So we can go around here, and then we're going to press. You've got a little bit of a gap in there, which visually kind of gives you that indication that you're going to slot it into place just here. So you see the stem coming down. And then what we can also do is you could do a few of these if you want to, but I'm just going to go along. Let's add a little bit of glue. I'm then just going to tuck that one over the top. I'm just going to press for a second, and then let's take, let's just come down, let's just take that one there. I'm going to lift, let that glue dry a little bit longer. You'd have a lot longer than I do. And then let's just add our glue onto the back here. You can do this bit on foam pads or glue gel, and then turn that one around like so. Any little bit of tacky glue will dry clear, and then you can add your sentiment or gems or embellishments, but that's how you're going to be layering your flower. So it gives you a little indication as to how I've done that one. That one's on my Crafter's Companion YouTube channel, start to end, but that is how, for anyone who doesn't see it or hasn't seen it, you layer your rose.
Fantastic. Oh, I really like that. That's beautiful. We've had a couple of messages coming in. So Evelyn says she really likes fuchsias. They bring in hummingbirds. I'd love to see that. Crafty Not Grafting by Hilary says, I love the smell of rose, but I'm not keen on the actual flowers. I like wildflowers, like foxgloves. I do like a foxglove. I think they're really lovely. Then Morton says, it's like doing a jigsaw puzzle. It really is putting all those bits and pieces together. Evelyn has got a pink pussy willow in her garden. There's a set of twigs in the double-sided dies from a few years ago that can be turned into pussy willow branches. So that's quite nice, isn't it? I've never seen a pink pussy willow. I'd like to see a picture of that. And Paul Prince times 4 says, I'd like to make one looking at Craig's demos. I've not tried the rose yet. Well, it's really good that Craig's have the opportunity to show you exactly how to put it all together, because I think they look great. And if that's around the wrong way, I'm not surprised people have got confused. Right, we're going to take a quick break, and we will see you back in a couple of moments.
It differs slightly depending how lively I'm feeling first thing in the morning. Sometimes I head to the gym More often than not, I don't head to the gym and I go on the school run. After the school run, I'm normally in here, getting by about 10 o'clock, chatting with the producer, whoever that might be on the day. So I've started going home a little bit more now, actually, in between shows. I only live about 5 minutes up the road, so it's nice to take a bit of a break. Go and make a nice cheese sarnie. Yeah. Cheese sandwich. I love a cheese sandwich. Going home. I can't say the end of the day. You might want to keep this in. I can't say the end of the day, can I? The best part of the day is starting off and finding out what kind of a day it's going to be. Oh, probably night owl now. Never shower. He's so dirty. That's a really good question again. I'm a bath man. I love a bath. Coffee in the morning, tea in the evening. No breakfast. I don't really have breakfast. I tend to sort of eat my first meal around lunchtime. Craft along. My waistcoats, my range of waistcoats, because you've always got to have plenty of waistcoats ready for the day. Is help the guys pack up. I know you're looking at me saying you don't do that. I do. I'm not one of those presenters that comes in, you know, doesn't help the backstage crew. I'm always helping out. You just ask anybody else.
My day-to-day life is pretty busy in work. Literally, I get in the door, I check my polls, I then check what I've got to demo, I then get everything ready, and it's just busy, busy, busy from there. I have a meeting with the producer, the director, we get then sorted for the shows, talk to the presenter, and it depends what side I'm on. I mean, sometimes I'm doing the presenting side, sometimes I'm doing the demonstration side, and I love both. It's actually who I get to work with. That's, yeah, I can't say no more than that other than anybody that works here. We are a big family. We're so super friendly. I love Ben. I love it when we work together. And I don't mean that I don't love anyone else. It's the fact that Ben is the presenter and then I'm demonstrating and we just have this great rapport. Same with Craig, same with Deb, same with the whole team. So yeah, the best part of the day is just getting to work with the best people in the industry. Oh, a night out. In the morning. Oh, none. I only drink water. Oh, well, I'm cutting out sugar, so it's got to be savoury. Masterclass. Oh, I can't leave the house without my lipstick. Oh, I love a baked potato. I relax, so I literally drive home normally and then I relax.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Crafty Translate. This is the game show that's not on normal TV. It's on Crafters TV, which is the best possible TV you can watch. And we have got on here, we've got some ink pads, and the name's different because we're using the names that are on the ink pads, but from different languages, so they're not English names. So we've got to try and work out what the English version is. So at the moment, I'm winning. And I think I'm winning because Craig is letting me win because he feels sorry for me. But we're going to play along at home. So I'm Team Facebook, Craig is Team YouTube, and we are going to get in with the first one in the second round. So what is this?
Already got it written. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
We're going to be talking about turkeys later, not just yet. So you got your answer? Has everyone at home got their answer?
Yep.
I'm going to go for lagoon.
Oh. I'm going to go for Typhoon Lagoon. That was a great water park in Florida.
This is still there?
Don't think so.
No. There's
Is it still there?
Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon. I took my kids there.
Volcano Bay now, isn't it?
Volcano Bay.
Yeah, Yeah, that's a different water park. It's a water park, though.
I quite like a water park, as long as it's not scary. Don't like a scary water park.
Oh, do you not?
No. No, there's one we go to in Mallorca and it feels really dangerous. I don't know why. I think it's because when you get into the pool, it's a really, really fast slide. So fast that I think everyone comes out of it going, and it's really deep. And you basically skim across the surface, you know, like when people do stone skimming.
Oh, yeah.
You're like bouncing along and then you drop and then the pool's really deep. Yeah, I don't like that. Personal opinion. Right, next one. Rouge Chinois. It looks like anthracite to me. They all look like anthracite, don't they? Ready?
Yep.
I've got Chinese red.
I've got Chinese red.
Oh, with a heart. Aww. Yay! Chinese red. Well done, everyone that got that right. Next one. So we've got, this is the third question. Yep. Oh. Quite difficult to remember what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Can't remember if it's the way it is or if the words are split or flipped.
I don't think I've got this one right.
I think I've got half of it right.
Get half a point then. Okay, I've got pink peach.
Oh, I've put rose peach.
Oh. Peach rose.
Peach rose.
So close. No, none of us get a point for that one.
So
That's
I
not
was
very
right,
nice.
just the other way
Yeah,
around.
Craig was. Yeah, you've got to give Craig a point because I got the right words jumbled up. No, I
you
didn't.
didn't.
You're right, I didn't.
I got the right words jumbled up.
Next one is Tapakio Verde. Ooh. Ooh. That's not really a clue, Nicola. Yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm not sure whether this is right. Is that the Italian? Tapakio Verde.
See, the one that I think it is one of our teardrop.
Oh. I don't think I've got it right. I've got an answer.
No.
Lots of people at home are getting it right. But also people at home have possibly got access to the ink pad. Are you in? Craig! Unfair. I saw you looking.
Yeah, but I was just looking at the colours. I can't see the names.
I don't know. Right, ready? I've got it's green. I've got tree green.
We don't even do one called tree green.
I've just broken the board. Okay, well then, I don't know.
So I was going by verde being green.
Yeah.
Green topaz.
Oh,
Yes.
well done. Oh, we've got a tie now, so it's all to win in the next one. Is that right? Is this? Oh, we've got two more. This is the penultimate one or the last one? But yeah, last one. So, Craig's beating me by half a point.
Okay.
Oh, sympathy point. Yeah, right, what's this one? Marmalade de prune.
I'm putting 2 and 2 together here, so I might be getting 46, but...
Marmalade de prune.
Mm-hmm. Shh! Of course you could win. Well, I'm only...
Yeah, but if
So if
Craig,
I lose-
if Craig loses, then I win.
And she wins this one. I would win if we both get it right.
No, I've got no idea. I've made a new
makeup
colour.
colour are you way to say now?
I've made a new colour.
Have you?
Yeah. And actually, I've made something that looks actually quite delicious. So I might use these two things and make bread and butter pudding when I get home.
Okay.
Right, turn around. Yeah? I've got fig orange.
Oh, I do like a fig biscuit.
I do like a fig biscuit.
Plum jam.
Oh, what?
Yes!
Oh!
I've actually won one.
I can't believe it. To be honest, if anyone wants to win, they just play against me. Well done, Craig. Well done, everybody at home.
Yes.
I don't. Does anyone watch on Facebook anymore? Because not when I'm playing, because they know they're going to win. So we're going to choose 5 viewers at random that are watching, looking at the YouTube. I sound like a boomer. Looking at YouTube. We were going to choose 5. I'm not a boomer actually. We're going to choose 5 people at random, and you will win. It was a voucher. It was a voucher. You win. Nico's not even talking to me now because she thinks I'm a boomer. Right. Victoria says, this game is too easy for a trilingual. Yes, it would be. For me, who barely speaks English, it's a bit of a challenge. Although I'm very good at instructions about how to wash your hair in different languages. Because I think, you know, you're in the shower and you're washing your hair and you're like idly reading something while your conditioner's taking. You just like read all the instructions in.
Repeat. Lather, rinse, repeat. Phoebe and Friends. She sings that song. Lather,
when?
rinse, repeat in Friends.
What, but when in Friends?
It's an early episode.
Is that when she's washing a smelly cat?
Oh, I can't remember exactly, but yeah.
Oh, I don't remember
Yeah.
that. See, you learn all sorts of new things watching us on here. Now we have the Thanksgiving showstopper. I really love this. This was on Monday when I was last here. I'm going to hold these over there because they look really good. We're going to go to those afterwards. This is a selection of linen cardstock in browns, greens and golds that are going to work really, really well with all the other bits and pieces we've got. They're really sort of autumnal colours. We've got your Thanksgiving pad here. So you've got a mixture of plaids in here and you've got some florals. So this is single-sided 6x6 paper pad. But you can see you've got some really, really lovely designs in here. And this one is not a chicken, it is a cornucopia. As I did point out on Monday, I think they look like chickens. But you've got all those little pumpkin designs in there, really gorgeous little pad. You've also got this 12x12 harvest time plaid. Again, this is single-sided, but look at those glorious pages in here. Really great for masculine makes, I think, you know, quite apart from the fact that this is a Thanksgiving collection. Some beautiful designs in there. I didn't get around to making Craig a kilt like I said I was going to do because I need too many of those paper pads and they've been very popular and I'd be taking them away from all of you. This is, oh, look at him, hello. This is a little Thanksgiving turkey set of dies. So this is how you're going to build him up. And he is absolutely gorgeous. Looks like one of those characters from like Wallace and Gromit films with those little googly eyes. You've also got this die here, which has got this beautiful maple leaf with the give thanks details inside. This one is lovely. We've got those gourds and you've got those pumpkins. You've also got some foliage in there and a stamp. And then finally, you have this stamp and die set, which is a thankful set here. So the whole collection is £55 or $65. Platinum price is £44 or $52. Lovely collection. And you're going to do a demo with these?
It is indeed, yeah. Going in with my favourite die, the Give Thanks. I love that one. What I've already done here, done a little bit of a distressed background. This is 5 1/4 by 7 1/4 inches, and I just used our water reactive yellow and just went onto my glass mat, spritzed with water, and then picked it up. So 5 1/4 by 7 1/4, black matting layer and a craft card matting layer. What I've also done is I've taken a piece of cardstock, also with the orange. So with this one, all that I've done is I've blended the orange onto my cardstock with my blending brush, and then I've spritzed with water so we get that little bit of a mottled effect. Now the size of it, it only needs to be big enough for the actual main outer die to fit onto. So I'm going to take that die, and then let's take our low tack tape to hold that down, and then we're going to run that one through. So we're just going to then layer up, because it's a simplistic die, I'm going to take out the magnetic shim and then run that one through, because I don't need all that pressure to cut when it comes to that outline die. So that's going to cut that one out. So as we remove that one, you'll be able to use that as a mask or a stencil, and you'll see something like that on Tuesday, I think it was, or Monday, Tuesday it was, that I'd done that. So we've got our outline. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to take a bit of our black cardstock, and I need to take both dies. So let's take that outer die, and then we're going to take the inner die, and let's position that within the middle. And then when we've got that where we need it, we can then run that one through. So I'm going to go in with my frosted, my magnetic, and then my top plate. So I'm going to add all the plates in. So I'm adding that magnetic shim in now, because we've got a lot more detail within the middle there. So we want to make sure we've got that crisp and that clean cut within that die. So let's remove that one out of the way. And then we can take this one out, and then we can then just pop all of these bits out here. If I then take these wee little bits out with my poke tool, like so, and then that gives us that really nice, crisp, clean cut. So we can see all the detail within that black card. What I've also done is I've done that in craft card. So we've got that within the craft card. So I've got my outer die cut with that maple leaf. I've got the full detail cut within black, and also the craft. Now, using just that outer die, so this one on its own, what I've done is I've taken some of the pad that you get included, and I've gone in with one of the designs that you can see here if I lift this one up. So I've die cut one of the papers out, and then I've drop shadowed onto the black. So cut the pattern paper, the outline die, cut it in black card with the outline die, and done a drop shadow. And I've done that one twice, like there. So we've got all of these. So then, let's go in with our dotty tape runner. So I'm going to go in with the dots, and we're going to have the craft card on as the top layer. So as that is covered with the dots, that's going to give us a strong bond. If you've got a little bit more time, like I do at home, you can use your tacky glue. That's always my go-to when I'm at home, because I've got a little bit more time. Alternatively, we were talking about the double-sided adhesive sheets earlier on with the patchwork dies. You could use your double-sided adhesive sheets. I'm going to put that into a bit of white just to make it a little bit easier for you to see. I'm just going to go in the G there, the start of the G is just curved around, so let's pop that one out, straighten that up, and then we can do our drop shadow. So lift that one up, turn that one around, and then we're going to go in with our shadow. So let's hover over the top, pull down to the side ever so slightly. So we've got that black drop. So let's press that one in. So Nicola's just saying we've got a question come through. So let's take that one. Rightio. Gotcha, that's a really good question. So who asked that one? So Victoria was asking, if you die cut with your dies and leave them on the acetate backing, like I showed earlier with the patchwork dies, do you leave out the magnetic and the frosted shim? So what you're going to do, Victoria, is you're going to take out your magnetic shim. So if you're leaving the dies on the acetate backing, what to do is you'll have your 2 cutting plates and you'll have your frosted shim, but you're going to take out your magnetic shim. And the reason being, you have to take into account the fact that the acetate is a little bit thick. So you don't need all that extra pressure. So you're substituting that by taking out your magnetic shim. So if you're leaving your acetate backing in place while die cutting your dies, take out your magnetic shim, but leave your frosted shim in. So hopefully that helps. But yeah, it's something that I've started to do a little bit more often. Certainly if there's quite a few dies, I'll just leave them on the magnetic or the acetate backing. So now we've got our give thanks, and then we've got our 2 outer maple leaves ready to go. That could be bunting if you want to. But let's go in with our card. Let's also go in with some foam pads. So I'm going to go in with a foam pad towards the middle. I'm going to shape it ever so slightly, not too much, but just a little bit to give it a little bit of curvature. So let's press that one, and then we're going to do that too. So we're just starting to then shape that. You can see into the side, into the side. We're going to remove that one, and then we're going to go, actually, let's go that way, like so. And then we can take this one, and what I want to do is I want to make that a little bit higher. So I'm going to do 2 layers of foam. Now, it's quite easy to get that in the right place. If you're a little bit wary, then just stick it on your actual card. So if we pop that on our card in the middle, I know that's exactly where I need it to be. And then we can then just go along, and then we can pop that within the middle, just here, and creating that bit of a background. Keeping it really, really quite simple with that backdrop. That you can see, you can go in with your water reactive inks that you can see. But you can see there, you know, some of these, certainly that one there, we done on Monday during the launch. But chop up your papers, use them as apertures, use them as comical cards, and you can even do them into your box lids. So that one being your Give Thanks collection, £55, $65, but then you've got your platinum price as well, even though it's brand new, only launched on Monday with myself and Becky at £44 or $52. Rightio, so we have got some winners from, of course, Friday Night Live. So the winners of Friday Night Live of the 20th of September is Victoria, the Crafty German. Congratulations. We've got Mary Pat 1000. Congratulations. We've got Lois Giathis. Congratulations. Rita Jackson. Congratulations. And Katie. Congratulations. So I need you, so that's Victoria, the Crafty German, Mary Pat 1000, Lois Skiathis, Rita Jackson and Katie. If you can email CTV prizes at crafterscompanion.co.uk. So that's CTV prizes at crafterscompanion.co.uk, and that gets sent to you. Right, now before we wrap up for the evening, it's Friday night fave, so let's have a look and see what you've been sending in. What have you been creating today or this week? Elaine has said, so she's copied mine that I'd made, and when I say copy, I mean that in a lovely, that is such a compliment, so thank you for that one, Elaine. Copying my idea that I posted on my Crafters Companion YouTube with that radiant rose. I think maybe she's done a little bit of colouring herself when it comes to the rose, but how beautiful is that? Absolutely love that one, and you've got your 50 bonus points as well. Not only has Elaine been creating that one. We've got Marsha has been creating this one. Now this is going back to one of our original like frame style dies. Was it earlier this year? Maybe the end of last year, but some of them blend all into one. Really good sizable dies. I love that. I love the multicolours that you've got going on there. I think you've been doing a little bit of colouring yourself as well, and that's beautiful. I love the pinks and the blue. Really does work well. So well done, Marsha, with 50 bonus points coming your way as well. Someone's been quick off the mark when it comes to our buttons and buckles. So you've been using, Paula, the brand new holographic cardstock. Doesn't that work well? Giving you that effect, going in with the black card and also going in with a little bit of the gilding wax. Time to celebrate. Hopefully some of you over the weekend will have something lovely to be celebrating about. But Paula, you've got 50 bonus points. You'll be celebrating with that. Then we've got Sandra Peake. Wow, talk about our layering florals that we've had on the show today. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Going in with a little bit of the blend as well. Lovely, lovely, large sentiment at the bottom. But even going in with our geometric 3D embossing folders away in the back. And I want to say a little bit of gilding flakes around the edge. Gilding flakes, gilding wax, or metallic pen. But that is absolutely beautiful, Sandra, with your 50 bonus points coming your way. And Shannon, wow, how fab is that one? That is so, so cool. Going in from our little sunflowers that we've done, that's going to be from that pumpkin die set that we've done. Was it the Creator Card pumpkins that we done a while back? Absolutely fab. Hello, fall, and we well and truly, well, I'd say you're well and truly into the fall and autumn. I don't know. It's been like a summer's day the last few days. So Shannon, well done. You've got 50 bonus points coming your way as well. How fab is that? And if you want to have your cards, hopefully, possibly, potentially, be seen on Friday Night Live, then of course you can send them in. I would wait until next week now, when we start live again from Monday. So we've got, well, we've had a cracking week. Really, really good week. Thank you so much to everyone, of course, that's been sending in your pictures for Friday Night Live. You have, of course, for some of you, unfortunately, had me all week. Although for me, it has been an absolute pleasure. Really, really good pleasure to be here all week. We, of course, was here with Becky to start with. We've then obviously had Ben and then Becky this evening as well. So it's been a lot of fun with some incredible launches. As I am aware, all launches from this week are still available across on our website, so check them ones out. You've got them in smaller bundles, but then you've got options with showstoppers, etc., etc. So crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Always remember, you can go back as well and watch every single demo from this week with myself on YouTube when it comes to Crafters TV, or of course, whoever is on that day, you can always go back, of course, and it's just Crafters TV, Crafters Companion on YouTube. Now, the launches don't end there. This might be the last live show of this week. You can, of course, keep going back over the weekend and watch all the previous shows one after another. But on Monday, we're going to be back live. Ben's going to be back, and we're going to have our, are you ready for this? Our resist pads. Now, if you've seen myself on my Instagram post, my Instagram photo with myself, Becky and Nicola, doing a little bit of prep, I may have been playing with the resist pads for my hobby maker shows next week. So you don't want to miss them on Crafters TV on Monday. That is, of course, going to be live from midday. That's then going to be 7 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Central Time, or 4 a.m. Pacific Time. And then we're going to go into a Tuesday. Are you ready for this? The layering pads. These are so cool. These are one of those that the job's done for you. All you need to do is layer them. So the die cutting has been done for you. You just need to start to layer them up. It's a little bit like the layering flowers, whereas as you start to layer, each panel, that design comes to life. They really are cool. Lovely selection of occasions that they're going to be on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, I'm going to say, please don't shout at me, I am going to say fingers crossed, Wednesday, the pearl powders will be launching. Unfortunately, I'm going to say, just give or take at the moment, They're doing their absolute basis to get them here on time. They have arrived in the UK. We just need to get them in here. Fingers crossed they will be on Wednesday, but it's still going to be a great show. You've then, of course, got your shows on the Thursday with your cart load, and then on Friday, it's only taken Craig about 3.5 years to get his way. We have got the launch of the Christmas cracker. Yes, the Christmas cracker die is going to be launching next week, next Friday. Quite a few of these shows next week. You've got Debbie Fisher in with Ben, so make sure that you tune in to the launches next week. I cannot wait for you to grab hold of the Christmas cracker. I will not be here, but I will be on Hobbymaker on the Wednesday, then the Saturday and Sunday. Thank you so much to all of you guys at home. Thank you all the guys here. Have a lovely weekend. I'll see you in Hobbymaker.